Welcome to Business Live. I'm Mark Croskery. In BL tonight, gaming and entertainment giant at Supreme Ventures Limited at dividend consideration here. The meeting of the board of directors is going to be held this month, April 21st, 2022 at 10 a.m. in the morning to consider an interim dividend for all ordinary shareholders. Now, JMMB Group Limited talk about those earnings there, trading in their shares, in this case a connected party, selling down 1 million shares on March 29th, 2022 last month. Now in this Pharma Jamaica, the company out there in the west in Montego Bay, coming out with a fantastic annual report here for 2021 last year, published out and about on the JSC website, jamstockx.com. They have a great slogan here, or the message in the annual report on that cover page, caring for the nation's health. You can kind of see where they're going with this as they expand the company. Now, Elite Diagnostic Limited, a major trade by a director of the company. You talk about, let's say an insider trade here, or talk about insider buying here, and it tells you major confidence in the company when you see a director buying not 1 million or 2 million shares, but something like 35 million shares, or just below 10%. We're going to get to that. Connected party selling 35.4 million shares during the period early April 2022. That represents actually 10% of the total issued share capital of the company. We think there's a JSE rule around that or something like that, where they got to alert the stock exchange if you're on the buy side. Now, this is the sell side, but we're going to get to that. Now, a director actually purchased 35 million shares, or of these shares actually, during that same period, but it represents just under 10%. Notice that statistic or that number. So that represents 9.9% of the issued share capital, but it's still more than a material test of 5%. Interesting stuff happening here in the big radiology company, Elite Diagnostic. Last up tonight, talk about the profit machine here. Mayberry Jamaican Equities, a big first quarter. Totally different number here than 2021 for the quarter, and for the year things are rocking and rolling here with Supreme Ventures and Caribbean Producers really doing well in terms of profitability for the first quarter. We saw that coming from the fourth quarter of 2021. Let's go by the numbers. Net profit, Jamaican, 944 million, big ones for Mayberry Jamaican Equities for the first quarter 2022 versus a net loss of 631 million for the first quarter last year. Earnings per share here for Q1, 79 cents per share. It's a big one, and the largest addition when you look at the numbers where you go through the whole annual report here and the first quarter by MJE was JMMB Group Limited, especially in the quarterly numbers, and now 2.9% of total holdings as at March 31st. SVL CPJ, as we mentioned, dominating the top 10 largest holdings. Value of this, 47.2% for SVL, 16.7% for CPJ. The net book value per share now, March 31st, 1360 Jamaican. Have a great holiday weekend. Be safe. I'm Mark Croskery, and this is Business Live.